So today we are going to see a game in the English opening, a very famous game actually. Have you heard of Kasparov and Karpov?
Yeah.
Any idea who they are? Like what?
Kasparov is a good player. He used to be a world champion.
Yeah, correct. And Karpov, was he a world champion as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them are former world champions. And this is the
And
last
the-
game of their 1987 World Championship. And Kasparov plays the English Open. So the match is tied at this point. Whoever wins becomes the champion basically. So c4, Karpov replies e6, knight to f3. So we'll go fast through the opening to understand the main points of the game later. Knight f3, knight f6. And now how do you develop this bishop? Whenever you play English, you're already having a pawn on c4, so bishop will not have a great place. So what to do?
G3.
Yeah, g3. Fianchettoing the bishop. d5 by Karpov. b3. Fianchettoing the other bishop as well as in the plan.
And also protecting the pawn.
Yeah, bishop to
And a
e7.
pawn chain.
Bishop to e7. Bishop g2. Castles
Yes.
and castles. So usually English games are very quiet games. Like it won't be like tactics right into the
And
opening.
like King's Gambit.
King's Gambit is tactics. This is like a quiet. It's the opposite of a King's Gambit. So it will be usually also be long games. So you can see how the opening is. It's very quiet. Like pieces have just come out. Both sides have castled. Now after castling, let's see what Kasparov played. After castling, Karpov played b6. Kasparov plays bishop b2 and Karpov plays bishop to
I
b7.
think Kasparov is going to win the game. I haven't been seeing this.
e3 by Kasparov.
Karpov to win this.
Karpov plays knight to d7. Knight to c3. Hello, hi. Knight to c3. Hi, Yogit. Knight to c3 by white. And now, please have a seat. Knight to e4 by Karpov. Knight comes to e2. He doesn't want to exchange and give a nice, and he goes to e2. Yes.
So is he an intermediate?
Of course he is an intermediate. Why else would he be in an intermediate class, mister? Let's focus here. That note we'll discuss afterwards. a5 by Karpov. We're looking at a world championship game between two players from the past. Karpov and Kasparov. Two former champions, world champions. a5, d3, kicking the knight. The knight has to go to,
That Kasparov. Oh.
where should the knight go?
I thought you said the letter C, then A, R, S, whatever.
So where to move the knight?
And the knight should go to.
Yogit, how will you save your knight?
Oh,
Yogit. How will you save the knight?
set knight to
Huh.
C5.
Okay, c5, d6, f6 are even g5 are options.
Actually said bishop will just take the knight and then open up castle.
How? Which?
On
After knight
F6.
f6, knight will take. But now how will you open the castle? Bishop can take, knight can take. There's no problem. Either of these, any of these squares are fine. But Karpov saves the knight without touching the knight. How do you save the knight without moving the knight?
Trying to pin the queen, but there's no.
You need to think. There is one way to save the knight without actually moving the knight. What could it be? It's tough. I mean, it's not like a big move, just a normal move, just a way to save your piece without actually moving it. It is bishop to f6. So if pawn takes knight, he will take this bishop.
No,
So-
bishop takes, the knight can take.
Knight will take, knight has to take, otherwise knight will be gone. So queen c2 by Kasparov, takes happened, and now Karpov moved the knight back to d6. C into d5, bishop into d5. So we're going fast through the opening and early middle game, and d4 by Kasparov. So white has a little more control of the center with pawns. Black has a bit more active pieces, maybe knight can come to e4. So after d4, c5 by Karpov. challenging that beautiful center of white. So after c5, rook f d1, rook c8, knight f4.
So why rook fd1?
Because you want to activate your rooks, where else will you put the rook?
No, why is there an f and then a d?
From f you came to d, na? Because this rook can also go to d. If you simply write d1, then it will be either of the rooks. fd1 means fd1. This was rook a d1. Anyway, rook d1, rook fd1, rook c8, knight f4, bishop into knight, and bishop takes back, and queen comes to e7. Rook a c1 and rook f d8. So you can see the pieces have all come into the game. Everything is fine. After rook to d8, takes, and knight takes. And now b4. Takes, takes. So after the middle game is done, like it's late middle game right now, who is better? Who is the more happier of the two players?
I would say white.
Why do you prefer white here?
White has a long diagonal all to itself.
For the bishop, okay. That's a good point.
Then the knight, even though the knight isn't that active, the queen has a lot of safe squares in case it is attacked. And
That's
the-
not like advantage if queen has to save squares if somebody's attacks it. That's not part of the advantage.
then
What does Ryan say? So that's a good point, the bishop having good angle. What are you saying?
the king has free space to move.
So background problem is not there for the king. Black has a background problem which you can solve by x6. So it's not a big factor, but yes. What do you say, Yogi?
Sir, white is better because all the pieces are improved very well.
Yeah, the pieces are all more active than black's pieces. Not just bishop. Queen is better than that queen. Rooks are maybe better than black's rooks. This knight is better than the other two knights. So you can see white's pieces are more active. And there's a very important factor. White has a target here. This pawn is a weakness. Black will have to defend it. So black defends it with the queen, attacking this pawn, and Kasparov calmly plays pawn to a3. So white is in a slightly advantageous position. Kasparov is doing well. Knight to f5. Rook b1. More pressure on the pawn. Takes and takes. And queen comes to c7. So that if the rook moves, you can activate your pieces more. The queen can come in. So black is trying to be active and is trying. What is he trying to do with the queen? Is there any threat? No, right? No threat. It just came to a better place. Did the queen. After queen to c7, knight came to d3. Is white still better, guys? Yes? No? Black is better? What is it?
Because
Or
black can take the knight, then when rook takes, queen can give check on c.
king will move.
Just a check.
Queen won't be doing much there. There's nothing. King is super safe. There's just 3 pieces left after that. The rook will be more active. It can come to d7. So white is still better. So after knight to d3, let's see what Karpov decided to do. Karpov just played x6.
Okay.
If you take, then black will take back, and that pawn is looking good after that. So white will not take. He just plays rook to c1. Knight came to e7. So the pin is not a problem. Pawn is protecting it properly. Knight e7, and now the queen went to b5. What does the queen want? Just activated itself a little bit more. Queen to b5, and now knight again went to f5. a4. What is Kasparov up to? Pieces down, Yogit. What is white up to? What is the point of this move? Yes.
Sir, if if white plays a5.
Yeah, so white wants to play a5, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. a5 is the idea. And then we'll win the pawn. Because black can't take, then you take the knight. So a5 is like a threat in the position. So Karpov plays knight to d6, attacking the queen. Queen goes,
Defending
where should the queen
or
go?
defending it.
Yeah, where should the queen go now?
It should go b4
b4 makes sense.
or c4.
Huh?
Oh, yeah,
Not observed,
right.
right? Queen b1 is what Kasparov played. After queen to b1, the pin is a problem. Na? The a5 is still a threat, right? So Karpov played queen a7, stopping a5 and attacking this pawn twice. What to do?
But the knight is still properly defended.
Yeah, so knight's protecting the rook, so this pin is not there. This pawn is attacked. What to do? So what did Kasparov have in plan after this? Kasparov can exchange if he wants. He can just take and then come to defend the pawn. That's one option.
Or he could directly do it.
How?
Queen to a1.
Then he'll take now. The pawn is attacked twice. So you got to exchange one of the attackers. Kasparov just plays knight e5. Why? Why is he giving up the pawn? Karpov took it. Now you have to find out why did he give up the pawn. Try to find out, guys. Anyone? If there's no reason, then black is just going to push, and at least till here the pawn will reach. And black can exchange rooks and then keep pushing. So Kasparov must have something in his mind when he did this. Yes, Rayansh.
So rook take,
Rook takes, knight takes.
then queen to a2.
Queen to a2, pinning the knight. But then I just push. Protecting the knight and...
And then we play knight to c6.
Knight to c6, attacking the queen. I'll move my queen. Queen c7. I'm fine. I have an extra pawn, it's going forward. So the pin is not kind of enough. It's not enough for the pawn. Kasparov plays, takes, and then he plays a very nice move. He justifies the reason for giving up a pawn. He plays queen d1. What does he want? This is a threat, right?
Fuck.
Yeah, so queen d8 is a threat. So black has to play
h7. King to h7.
king into h. King to h7 is fine. Yeah, king h7 is one option. So he played knight d7 with Karpov. And now what happens? How will Kasparov continue? He gets back a pawn and a good position by playing.
And he will play t8.
King moves.
Then we can we then will check the king.
Check the king where?
Bishop.
Bishop check. Then you play f5.
Then
Attacking your bishop. So better move. Queen d8, king h7, and then what's a better option for white?
queen.
Who can find out? Queen d8, king moves, and then bishop check is asking for a hit. We don't want that. Take the free pawn. Queen d8, king moves, knight takes pawn. Go for the attack. So Kasparov has got a nice attack in return for the pawn. If you take the game long term, this pawn is a queen. This pawn is enough for black. But before that, his king gets into a little bit of trouble. Queen d8 check, king h7, knight takes pawn.
Basically,
Queen h8.
almost every single piece
Yeah.
of white is there and barely any pieces of black.
Sir,
Exactly.
now there's a checkmate threat.
Where is the checkmate?
So, what will black play now?
No, but what's your threat? What black plays is a
Threat is-
different thing.
Bishop to e4.
Bishop e4, pawn push, and queen checkmate. Exactly. But bishop e4, knight can block.
Yeah.
it's not-
Then we.
Queen
Then
check.
if knight blocks, then we'll play queen to h8 check,
King moves.
and then we play
Knight e5 check.
knight
But
e4.
king will come to f6. Then queen f8. Knight will be hanging. So a king will run. No, king will run. So there's no mate yet, but it's close. For example, we are threatening something like bishop h5. Queen h8 is a threat. So it's uncomfortable for black. So here after, what did he do? After knight into f7, he played knight g6, stopping the queen from giving a check. Did Karpov. Queen e8, attacking the e6 pawn. How do you defend it? I mean, you can't defend it, no?
No,
You can't defend it.
Knight to c5.
Knight to c5 is there. Did he play it? No, he played queen e7 to defend. He played queen e7.
So then
No, then queen takes it, queen will take that. That's the idea. That happened. That's like forced, right? Because if you move the queen away, queen will take the knight. Either you take the queen, which you don't want, then it's just equal. He takes the knight with Kasparov. Karpov takes this knight. So it's
now
still
it's
equal, right?
Yeah.
But this pawn is still a weakness. Earlier that was able to run, but now it's a proper weakness. It's a bishop versus knight. The knight cannot come and defend this easily. I mean, you can attack it, you can attack both our weaknesses. You can target both. So position is now good for white, not winning, just good for white. So after, what was it, queen takes, bishop e4 was played. Nice move. Pressure on the knight. Knight's pinned. The king goes out of the pin. Queen b5. Kasparov was making Karpov dance. Like first he had to move the king away, now the pawn is attacked. Queen b5, knight goes to f8. Why did he do that? Why did he defend this? Queen c7. What was wrong with queen c7? Who can find out? If Karpov played queen c7, the world championship would have been over right then and there. Because Kasparov would have played what move? If queen c7.
Queen to e8.
King moves.
Hmm.
Calculate. Don't just make one move.
Sir,
Huh.
the queen to c6.
After queen to c7, queen c6. That's just an exchange, that's equal pawns. That's not an advantage. I'm saying the world championship will be over then and there. Queen c7 is a huge blunder. So we have to find out why is it a blunder. Yes.
So bishop will take the queen.
No, queen c7. I'm not going to b7. I'm going to c7. Why is queen c7 a blunder? Try to calculate, guys. This is easy. What happens if Karpov plays queen to c7? Yogit, are you thinking about the position?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
so if the black queen goes to c7,
Huh.
the bishop can take g6.
Huh. There's a free knight over there. Or you can give a check, king moves and then take the knight. But yeah, free piece. So you can't do that. So you can't defend the pawn. So he plays queen e7. Wait, what?
No, knight f8.
Yeah, sorry. He plays knight f8. My bad. Knight f8 and now Kasparov has an extra pawn. And this pawn is weak. So pawn structure is bad for black. So this is now a winning advantage for Kasparov. It's very difficult for Karpov to defend this. Queen f6. This was the 40th move. At that time, after 40 moves, the game gets adjourned.
Yeah.
Means you stop the game. Next day they continue. They go home, they analyze, and then they come back and then continue after one day.
So
Adjourn.
we'll continue next next chess class.
No. After this, the game continued the next day. By the time they had figured it out how to play, how to defend, but Kasparov was in a good position. He can just keep playing this until he gets a clearly winning position. He plays Queen B5, Queen E7, King G2. So you have to see how to convert this advantage. It's not easy. King G2, G6, Queen A5, Queen G7. Just waiting moves so that now the knight can move. Queen C5, Queen F7. Karpov has nothing better other than waiting. Kasparov has to start pushing the pawns, right? Queen D6, King G7. Wait, where was the bishop? No. Queen. Sorry. My bad. Queen was on C5. Queen F7. He played H4. H4, H5. Queen C6. Queen E7. Bishop to D3. Queen F7. Queen D6. So see, there's no hurry. White is just playing calmly. Yes.
So what type of structure is this white pawns? It looks like a tick mark or
Okay.
Nike logo.
Yeah. Okay. Queen D6. King G7. And now the pawn starts pushing. Finally, Kasparov was satisfied. His pieces are in a good place. King is also up. It's time to play E5, F4 and go forward with E5. E4, King G8. Bishop C4. King G7. This is still defended twice. So how will Kasparov make progress? He can push the pawns, then what?
And he can also play the queen to E5, limiting
Huh.
the queen.
He
The
played
king's-
that. Yeah, he played Queen E5. You can't exchange queens. Like Queen F6 would be terrible. King went to G8. Queen D6. King G7. Karpov, of course, would be dreaming of a draw. Bishop to B5. Where is this guy going now? What's his plan? He's just waiting, or let's see. King G8. He goes Bishop C6. Still not clear what he wants. Bishop C6. Queen A7. Queen B4. Still waiting, still not much progress. Queen C7. Queen B7. Okay. You can't exchange queens, right? Queen D8 because you're down a pawn. Queen D8, E5. Queen to A5. Now Kasparov shows us why he did all this. Now his queen and bishop are active, pawn is on E5. It is attacked. So what would you do for white in this position, guys? And you know why the bishop came to this diagonal? To stop any checks for white's king. If the bishop was not here, the queen can start giving checks, like on this diagonal. Now both queen and bishop are covering this diagonal. That's very important, so that there's no checks. And now it's time for Kasparov to make the final lunge forward. Can you find out his next move? After which Karpov is
Cooked.
cooked.
I say cooked.
You can spend 1 or 2 minutes to find out the best move for white. Movers. Everybody. Bishop to E8. Suddenly black is not able to defend F7. And with F7, Queen F7 is a big threat. That will cost you the knight. Checks here, queen can block. Even after taking the knight, queen can block the checks. So that's not a problem. And even king can move. So check is nothing. So how do you defend now? If you're black, how do you defend this? Yes.
By not moving.
Then queen f7 check, king moves and then takes
No,
down.
no, no. Sir, queen
Huh.
to d5.
D5. Then queen takes, pawn takes. That's a winning position for white. No, it's a pawn up.
At least we're defending, that's right.
Yeah, but it's lost.
Yeah,
Then the
still,
game is done.
No matter what.
There is. You have a way to defend. You should not give up just like that. You have a way to defend. It's not over yet. What to do? You have to understand exactly what's the threat. You either defend f7 or you defend the threat after that. Well, you don't have to defend both. Either you stop queen f7 or you save the knight. So there's no way to save the knight? Uh-huh.
There is.
Look, there is, of course there is.
Knight to h7.
Knight to h7.
Yeah.
Huh. Then just bishop takes pawn and position is gone.
Still.
It's not over. It's not going to defend properly. Knight is when bishop takes pawn, again queen will come to f2. That just lost. You don't want to move the knight. The knight is defending both the pawns. That's also important, na? If you lose one of the pawns, it's difficult to stay active. How will black save the knight? When somebody is attacking a piece, how do you save the piece, guys? You either move it or
Defend it.
So how do you defend? Think about it, na? Yeah.
Queen to a3.
Yeah. Why a3? Go to c5. Why would you go far away? Queen c5, queen f7 check happened, king to h8, and black is still holding on. It's still not over. You have a check, but king will move. So, you have a check, king moves, and then you can take, but then he'll start checking, which is fine. So that is one option. Queen f6 check, but king will come to h7. Oh yeah, king will come to h7. So even that's not winning. So it's still, but yeah, you can't take any of the pawns still. So Kasparov has to figure out how to do this in a different way. He plays bishop to a4. He goes back with the bishop. Queen d5 check, king h2, and then queen comes to c5 back. Where is the bishop going? Why did he come there? He goes to b3. He wanted to attack the e6 pawn. Queen goes to c8 to defend. That's the only way to defend the knight and the pawn. You can't go to c6 because why can't
Because
you?
knight.
Yeah, knight will hang. So he goes to c8. And now after queen c8, he goes bishop d1. Queen c5. And now king g2. And here Karpov resigned. Why did he resign here?
It could have been a
I
draw.
think no, it's not clearly over, but at that level it is
No, why
But-
would he resign?
because he felt the position is gone. Like I cannot keep defending. He's gonna. I mean, the pawn is attacked. So after what did he do? One second. After queen to c5.
Sir,
After king g2. If queen, queen can't take the pawn. This will hang.
Sir, you
Yeah.
can play queen to d5 check.
Yeah, then bishop f3. So I think the reason was bishop f3, bishop e4. Then you can't defend. Yeah. The bishop is about to come to e4. That's why Karpov resigned, because then you lose this pawn, and then everything goes.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
And
So
it's
that's
not- And it's not even a stalemate then.
Yeah, this pawns. So that's how Kasparov became the world champion a second time in 1987 with the English. A quiet opening.
Quiet but dangerous.
Yeah.